Who's bleeding?
Somebody's bleeding.
Is that the back of the head of Wallin? Looks like blood coming out behind his ear. Maybe headbutt. Yeah, see that?
Who'd you like that round?
I'm giving that one to Fury.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Fury. I'm gonna break the ice, and I'm gonna make it 2 rounds to 1. The third round just ended. I'm gonna give it to Fury.
Oh,
and
big
he's cut.
cut.
He's got a big cut over his right eye. The cut man's gonna have to do his job right now. And there's 2 ways to use your size: go in after the guy or be on the outside. Fury's using his size on the outside to try to measure Wallin coming in.
That is a vicious cut. Wow.
Yeah,
that could change the fight.
Yeah, well, the cut man's gonna earn his dough right now.
And it came from a beautiful left hook. Wow.
Yeah, it was from a punch. A lot of times those cuts are from heads, but
that's as bad as you're gonna see a cut.
You would expect it from a punch. You know why? Because when a guy's 6'9" and the other guy's 6'5", chances are it's not from a head.
Yep.
Unless you're bending forward.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely was from a cut, and we'll see how Fury behaves.
Yeah, see if he picks up the intensity here.
Yeah, seeing his blood, but we know how he behaves. You overcome drug and alcohol addiction and suicidal thoughts and being dropped by the hardest puncher in boxing, and you get off the floor. Usually, you that's a pretty good indicator that he handles seeing blood.
I guess my point more is, does he pick up the urgency here and try to like get this? Is his corner telling him like this is a really bad cut? We don't have like 4 or 5 rounds.
I'm glad you brought that up, because let's get right to it. His corner is a guy named Ben Watson.
Something like that.
Right?
Young kid, 26.
26-year-old kid. And, you know, he really doesn't have a background as a trainer. He's more of a soulmate.
Yeah.
He really is.
Yeah.
He's more of a soulmate. And listen, that's important for a kid like this, for a man like Fury, who's been to the places that he's been, the dark places he's been. But he is. He's almost like a psychological coach.
Fury said, "You're not going to teach me anything more about boxing. I need someone who can handle me emotionally."
Now, but now he might need to know something about boxing.
Exactly.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
What do you think? You see a cut on a guy like that. If you're in the corner, are you telling him, "Hey, this is a really bad cut. We may not have."
I don't want to zero in on. I don't want to zero in on a cut. If I'm in the other corner with the guy who caused the cut, I don't want to. I want to keep doing what we did and what we've been doing. You know, I don't want to start looking for home runs all of a sudden. I want to stand to the basics. And
if your man has the cut, what are you telling him if you think it's bad enough that it could be a reason to stop the fight?
Well, I want to be the way it is. First of all, I still want to stick. I don't want to get desperate. You know, I don't want to get out of sync. If you have to, it's get to that place that would be the same place as being behind late in the fight.
Yeah,
where you need a knockout. Then you tell them the truth. Say, hey, we got to land a big punch here, but you got to give them a way to do it, not just say land a big punch.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know, how do you do it?
They're working on that cut, but it's terrible. Right above.
Did you like Wallin in the last round?
Yeah. I just wonder about these judges, because I could see someone making a case for a couple of those rounds going to the house fighter. I mean, look at the Vaseline they have on that eye. There's no way the ref lets him come out with that much Vaseline.
Well, he did.
But he did.
He sure did. But see, that could work against you too, because that glove could get in your eye.
Yep.
Are you kidding me?
Yep.
So, you know, you shouldn't really put it like that. It's not really doing the guy necessarily a favor. Oh, the referee's bringing the doctor in, I believe.
Oh, boy.
He's bringing the doctor in. Look at this cut over the right eye. And see, being over it, it's running into it. And the cut man hasn't done a great job, to be quite frank.
Nope. I mean,
and it's obscuring his vision. See, here's the problem here. For the people watching home, they're going to hear this, of course, when we release this. But here's the problem. It was caused by a punch. And as long as the referee noted that, we don't know, we don't have the volume up, and I would assume he did because we saw it on the replay, was a punch. Noted as a punch. If this fight stopped, he loses. It's not like if it was
As he
stopped.
should.
But yeah, it's not like if it was stopped by a headbutt. If it was stopped by a lot of people might not realize that. Maybe, well, if it gets stopped, they'll go to the scorecards. No, they won't. They won't go to the scorecard. That's only if it's an accidental, from an accidental foul, like a headbutt. But if it's from a punch and you can't continue, guess what? You lose.
Tyson Fury's eyeball would have to be hanging out of his head for them to stop this fight with for a cut. It doesn't appear to be affecting him. I mean, it looks terrible, but I mean, I haven't seen any change in his. He's not getting hit with shots that he might not have gotten hit with if he wasn't cut. And there goes Wallin, gave him a face wash. You see that?
Yeah.
Wallin's not there to be punked, and Fury's looking at the ref, looking for help from the ref.
All right, so we're 6 in the books. Would you like that?
I got
round?
Wallin in that round.
Yeah. Fury is, again, against Schwartz, he could just walk him down. But his real temperament is to box. So he's trying to box, but now he's being forced to fight a firefight with a guy who's here to fight. Very tough to score that round, but I got it to Wallin again. I got Wallin ahead, winning that 6th round.
Watch the end here. Watch what Wallin does to him. I mean, this is like...
Yeah, that's a little dirty.
A little dirty, but almost like a veteran tactic of like, hey, I'm in your head now.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you're trying to get a little bit of an edge that
and Tyson
way.
Fury's been punking him all week. You know, Tyson Fury's a clown.
But that is dirty.
Oh, yeah.
I mean...
100%.
And just so the fans know what we're describing, he took his glove and tried to scrape it across the cut. And Fury is... got a big glop of Vaseline that, quite frankly,
there's no
the
way
referee should stop that. The referee should stop that because it's detrimental to Fury. Because if that goes into Fury's eye, he can't see.
Well, now he just touched the glove
and he took it off
with his own glove, and then he's going to now punch the other guy in the eye with.
Yeah, well, they got to remove that from the glove. But to me, this is amateur hour.
Oh yeah,
in the corner with the cut man.
Yeah,
because a really good cut man. It's the coagulant. It's not the Vaseline. Mm-hmm. It's the coagulant. And the anticoagulant, the medicine that you put in. It's either Avatine or it's adrenaline. Avatine is for the deeper cuts. And you got to put pressure. You got to put the Avatine, the adrenaline into the cup. You hold it so it has a chance to coagulate, to stop the bleeding. The Vaseline doesn't stop the bleeding. You put a coat of cold Vaseline over the medicine, over the cut afterwards, just to keep it in place.
Yeah.
But it seems like they're dependent on the Vaseline more than they are on the proper medicine.
Oh, for sure. I mean, literally had a half a jar of Vaseline hanging off his face. My God. The Vaseline on the eye is just incredible.
It really is. I don't want to knock anybody. But you have to state sometimes the facts. And what they're doing in that corner with the Vaseline is absurd. I mean, get the anticoagulants or the coagulants. Get the coagulants in place. Get it into the cut. You either use an adrenaline or you use an Avatine or thrombin. Those are the medicines you use.
Mean, look,
and instead, they're
we just letting him go out again like this.
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. And again, it's either going to go into Fury's eye and blind him, or it's going to fly in. Oh, it just fell off. It just fell off. A glob of Vaseline
is now on the ring.
Is now on the ring where you could slip on the ring and something crazy could happen there. Yeah, but Fury won't be fighting anytime soon with that. The cut's going to need time to heal.
Oh, yeah.
If anybody did have any plans for a Wilder fighting anytime soon, that cut's going to take 5-6 months.
Oh, you think that long?
Yeah, because it's a deep cut. And, it's well, you got to figure into it, Ken, when you're talking about how long it's going to take. It's going to take, it's got to heal underneath, not on top. It's got to heal underneath. So you got to make sure that the plastic surgeon, you get a plastic surgeon, he does a good job. He puts, stitches on the inside and on the outside. And he pulls them tight. And you got to give it 3 months to heal. And you want to maybe give it an extra month. So you give it 3-4 months to heal. And then you're still going to need time for the proper training.
Yeah.
Because you can't spar.
Mm-hmm.
You could put a special mask on there, but you really don't want any pressure on that. So if you're doing it right, you're not going to be able to spar, until you give it 3-4 months to heal. So you're going to need another month or 5 weeks at least of sparring.
Yeah.
So when you equate all that into it, it's going to be 5 months. It's going to be somewhere in that neighborhood.